that good?
Whoa. Okay. My hair, is it sticking up right here?
Yeah.
Or is it recording?
It's already recording.
Okay, guys, we're bringing it back to Monday, December 28th. That was this past Monday.
Welcome back to another weekend wrap-up, or whatever we decide to call this one. We haven't even released the first one yet, so we're not really sure what this one's called, but...
Yeah, like I said, we're bringing you back to Monday, which is December 28th. We were at the Lukenholder still. We all got haircuts that day. So Dave Lukenholder, Jason's friend, he's a hairstylist, so he cut my hair, Jason's hair, and Jackson's hair. So he gave us all haircuts that day. But we went to IKEA in the mall on Monday night.
That's right.
So that was on Monday. I think on Tuesday we went back to IKEA to actually get the shelf for our trailer that we wanted.
This week has been a blur to me. I don't even remember which day we did what. All I know is for the last, since Boston, we've been dealing with computer and hard drive issues. And I literally walked into the room yesterday and Fran was sitting there talking to one of the other ladies, and I was like, I think I'm at my wit's end with YouTube and everything, just because it's been so hard, because I've been trying to compile all the footage that we're getting like currently, so it's on 1,000 different memory cards and like 100 different hard drives, and it's been super frustrating, but we're like super close. Monday, I think everything's gonna be here to straighten it all out, and I think it's, knock on wood, somewhere, smooth sailing from there. So technology on the road it's probably the one thing that we're both kind of fed up with.
Yeah, we've been dealing a lot with the technology of his computer, hard drives. Another thing we had been dealing with, our GX registration was expired November 29th. I finally found out that Texas does do emissions testing, and so that was something we were dealing with. So I think on Tuesday, Jason went and did those types of errands. He went and got the car emissions tested, and then he went to Jiffy Lube. And what else did you do?
Jiffy Lube. I don't remember what else we did, but we think that's where I lost my drone. I've been really good this whole trip on keeping track of my camera equipment until now, and I don't know exactly what happened, but when we were getting the emissions tested, Jax and I were just sitting around waiting, so we were flying the drone, and that's the last place I think we remember seeing it. And we're thinking like maybe somebody stole it. Anyways, it's that was the last day that we saw it. But me and Jax ran around and did a bunch of errands,
and that was his Maverick Mini, so it wasn't his big drone, but still it kind of sucked.
Yeah, and I traded my backup drone, was like the older version of what I have now, and I was never using it, so I traded that for this little one because I thought, well, maybe it'll get more use, and it did. I was using it a ton, and it was really fun until we lost it, and I didn't even realize it was gone until yesterday, and I started looking around, and I'm like, where? It's in a big case, about the size of a laptop, but thicker, and
so, yeah, Tuesday was kind of just running around getting errands done. Wednesday, well, actually, it was Tuesday evening, Megan had come out to us and said, my mom tested positive for COVID, which we were with her briefly on Christmas Day, and we had plans for New Year's Eve to come meet up with some other traveling families. And so just to be safe, we went and got our COVID tests. So that was pretty interesting. You guys probably saw the video of me
sticking the swab up your nose.
It was awful.
I mean, I thought it was uncomfortable. I didn't think it was terrible, but...
Okay, did you see how long they had the swab up his nose? It was like 2 seconds. Of my nose, it was like 10 seconds each nostril.
Because you kept pulling away.
It wasn't comfortable.
But yeah.
It's making my nose itch just thinking about it.
Yeah, but we were all like, Fran worked really hard to like make these connections with these RVers, so we were kind of disappointed because we thought, me being sick and, her having COVID, we were just like, well, I guess it's our time.
We have been in Florida where it was 80 degrees, and now we're in Texas where it's pouring down freezing rain. So I think a lot of it had to do with like weather and being run down.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we had planned to come. On Wednesday we got our COVID test. On Thursday we had planned to drive 3.5 hours south to Lexington from McKinney, Texas, to meet up with several other traveling families. And so our COVID test did come back negative on Thursday morning, so we didn't have COVID, and we decided to hit the road.
So it was negative, so we packed everything up and showed up in the mud and the rain and the dirt. And
yeah, so we came to Home with the Hoopers. They have 58 acres here in Lexington. They have traveled full-time for the past couple of years. They're kind of settling here on this piece of property, but they still live in their RV.
But there's, what, four families? Five us with us included? So there's...
Home with the Hoopers has Janelle and Andrew, and then their 2 boys. Then we have the Flying Hens. That's Molly and Chris, and they have 3 little kids.
Glad you remember all this. There's a lot of kids running around.
And then we have Less Things, Big Dreams, and that's Emily and Charlie, and they have 2 little girls.
And then the new family that just showed up today was...
The Stowaways.
The Stowaways. And they've got older kids. So one is around the ages of everybody else, and then they have 2 older kids. And then they have 1 on the way. And these are all like the biggest fifth wheels that you could possibly get. And so it's a little, you remember that Sesame Street song about one of these things doesn't belong?
No, I never heard that.
No, you didn't? Okay, I know you guys have. So I was like, that's what I feel like. It's like one of these things doesn't belong. We got 5 big RVs and then our little tiny camper. So, or not RVs, but fifth wheels. But it is interesting walking through and like realizing we thought this was big because we came from the rooftop tent world, and then realizing like everybody's looking at us like, are you guys crazy? That thing's too small for 4 people and a dog. But then looking at theirs and being like, oh, this is like a house on wheels base. I mean, it's essentially the size of our tiny home.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of like came to the conclusion that like we like our setup for what it is. It's a summertime or like a nice weather setup for Asia. I mean, it's perfect for Asia. But like if we're gonna do this full time, it gets a little miserable not having an indoor bathroom and all that stuff. So
yeah, I think the indoor bathroom and then just having maybe even a kitchen inside. I don't know. I've liked all the RVs. They are big though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be driving an RV every day.
Yeah,
he might have to do some more driving. So we got here Thursday, New Year's Eve. We kind of all crashed pretty early. Yeah. I want to say everyone was in bed by like 9 o'clock. Janelle, Home with the Hoopers, she actually made us chili for dinner. So
and then got up the next day and it was just basically a hangout day. They've got a side-by-side and their oldest son can drive it. So their 7-year-old is driving the other kids around, and their job is to go down and pick up sticks for the fire. So they've been running back and forth for the last 2 days. And yesterday we got a big, it was like a shrimp boil with corn and potatoes. It was really good. And hung out by the fire yesterday and just chillaxed. And I actually crashed out earlier than everybody else. You guys were up till like 2 or something. But
us moms kind of went wild last night. We had a good time.
And then this morning we woke up and kind of the same, like a mix of what we did yesterday. And so I've been the resident video photography teacher, but it's been fun because I like teaching things because it makes me recognize how much I actually have learned. So I ran through some editing stuff with some of them and some photography, and we've been talking about cameras, and it's a fun community when you can kind of feed off each other, and we're staying on their property but we're helping them with things and they're helping us with things. It's cool. It's fun. Aside from we don't really fit in here in our little kind of camper.
They've been really hospitable. They're like, if you guys need to use our bathroom, feel free to come in. You need a shower.
Yeah. So now we're waiting on my computer's shipping into Austin, and then my hard drive is supposed to be there on Monday. So thanks to everybody who offered to help, and to Jeff from Vet Overland and Chad, who's here in Austin, and he let us ship some stuff to his house to get all that squared away. It's interesting being on the road and how something that at home would take 3 days to get figured out takes like a month to get figured out on the road, just because you're not at home to where you can ship and order things, and it makes everything a lot more difficult. Mama Ox likes it because I stay off Amazon a lot more on the road than I do. But yeah, that's our week.
Yeah,
It went by quick. I feel like we were just sitting here yesterday doing this.
we were pretty much. But I just wanted to say thank you to Andrew and Janelle for having us and hosting us on your property. Thanks for a great New Year.
Yeah, thank you guys. And until next week when we do this all over again.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I always forget this. Every week I forget this. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I know
Subscribe.
hit all the notification buttons. I know everybody always asks, and it's annoying to hear it at the end of it, but it does make a big difference to us creators to have you guys subscribing and liking and all that stuff. And maybe we'll make this a little more of a full-time thing if we can make the road life happen financially. And
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell everyone. I did a Peloton ride today in the Flying Hens RV. They have a Peloton bike in their RV. It was amazing.
oh, thanks for that. Are you guys just super fulfilled now that you heard that? I'm glad you didn't forget to tell everybody that, because now. Anyways, we'll see you guys
Maybe
next
I'll
week
get a Peloton bike.
on whatever this is.
Where am I gonna put it?
Peloton Bike Friday. See you guys later.